Hey guys, Twinkie2016 here with another video. Today I'm gonna be talking about story-based events, I guess. These are things that happened to me in real life, so I feel like I should just talk about them because some of them are funny, some of them are really weird, and some of them are really serious, kind of funny. Some of them are sad and blah blah blah. So this is gonna be like a new series. If you like this series, please give it a thumbs up. That lets me know that you want to keep seeing this kind of content, or just comment nice something so I get the go ahead to make videos like these. So yeah. Anyways, back to the video. I know this kid. His name is Brian. He goes to my school temporarily. And what I mean by that is he's going to another school, but he's going to our school at the same time to see if he might transfer. I hope he honestly does not transfer because Brian is a bit of an asshole. Now, I have math in my first period, so he's in my first period, and I would say he's good at math. I suck at math. I just really can't handle math. But this guy can. Props to him. He can handle math. But the thing about him is it's really weird. He's imagine a kind of chubby, not chubby. When I say chubby, I mean not fat, but not super skinny, right? He has some really big cheeks, and he's got freckles on those cheeks, and he wears braces and has this really shaggy haircut. So just picture that in your mind. Now he wears boots, and when I say he wears boots, you're like, whoa, what does that mean? Whoa, boots, okay, and what's wrong with boots? He wears cowboy boots, and apparently his father or something like that owns a ranch, right? But this kid is really weird. He's wearing cowboy boots, and he sits next to me, by the way, which is really annoying because he's always saying random stuff. He's always, and this is the part. This is why I wanted to talk to you guys about this, because this kid is oh, I'm a Crip, I'm a Blood, and he does the signs too. He's really into that shit. So I don't know. I feel kind of weird sitting next to him. I mean, to each his own, right? But for him, it's weird because he's saying these things without actually knowing the meaning. For instance, he sits next to me and he's wearing these cowboy boots, and at first he's talking like some guy from western area, right? He's talking all country and shit, and then he just starts singing. I think what was it? I think it was Drake. He started singing Drake, and he was really into it in the middle of class, which is really weird. And another thing he does, apart from saying, oh, I'm a Crip, I'm a Blood, doing the gang signs and all that stuff, apart from that, there's a girl in our first period of math, and this guy, since he's new, no one really knows him. He only goes to my first period. I don't really see him after the first period. But he still kind of goes to our school. He only goes to our school for 2 periods, and then I think he goes back to his school or something. I don't even know. But there's this girl, right? And he's kept an eye on her ever since he got here. And apparently he has a thing for this girl. And this girl's name is, let's just say her name is Janet. So Brian has a crush on Janet, and lucky for Brian, once he transferred, well, kind of transferred to our school, there was a little dance. There was gonna be an event where people were gonna be together. It was gonna be kind of prom-ish kind of thing, but not really prom. So Brian comes up with the greatest idea. He's like, oh, I'm gonna ask Janet out. And he tells me this before the dance, right? And I'm like, okay. I don't really need you to advise me, but sure, okay. I'm not really sure you're gonna get her though, but you know, whatever. And he was like, bro, just watch, just watch, just fucking watch, just fucking watch, right? And then like what is I think like I have Janet in my my last period, my 8th period. I have English, and Janet is in my last period of English. So since Brian here told me that stuff, that he wanted to ask Janet out, I was like, well, Brian's not here, so I might as well tell her what Brian's evil plan is. So I tell her, oh, this guy wants to ask you out. And she's just like, okay. This is not really an important part of the story, but it's just letting you guys, it's like a heads up, like, hey, I actually did something about this. But, so she's like, oh, alright. But before that, she's like, I mean, like, no, she says like, oh, alright, right? And then she walks away, but then she turns around and she's like, wait, who? And I say, Brian. And she's like, oh, that one kid that's new to our school? And I'm like, yep, that kid. And she's like, oh. And then, like, she just, like, says, alright, well, thanks. And I'm like, yeah. So then what is it, like 2 weeks pass, and I haven't, I mean, like, during these 2 weeks, Brian's been like singing country songs and R&B's. He's been singing like everything, bro. And I mean, I have no problem with that. Like me, I can listen to like almost every single type of genre except for like metal and country. I just can't. I'm sorry, country. I really can't. But you know, I wouldn't really judge him, but you know, he's just been doing weird stuff. He also, I don't know if he's flirting with the teacher. Now, mind you that our math teacher is very old. She's probably in her 70s, I think. And Brian here, I think he flirts with, oh shit. I think he flirts with, my teacher, I think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's just like trying to be funny, but he's really not. For instance, for example, we were in a test, right? And I don't know if your schools do this, but we get different tests. So like, so you don't copy other people's tests. They make sure about that. So they will give the guy next to me a blue paper and I'll get a yellow paper. It's the same test, but it's just different questions, right? So he looks up and we sit right in front of the teacher, in front of the teacher's desk, and like not like right in front, but you know, like off to his side. So she's like in front of us with that horizontal desk, and he looks up and I just see him at the corner of my eye, and then I just hear him say, ooh, Miss Harlow's cheating. And then I look up, and my teacher, Miss Harlow, she has the same color paper as he does. And mind you, like, I will put emphasis on this again, Miss Harlow is my teacher. She gave us the tests. She doesn't have to do tests, because she's 70 years old. She already went to school. So please explain to me how she could be cheating if she already went to school. She gave us the test. She actually made the test. That's how my school works, I guess. The teachers make the test, and then the school district like approves of it. Like, oh, okay, well, thank you for making this test. Now give it to your students, stuff like that. So he's like, oh, she's cheating, and no one laughs. But he has like this weird, really weird, nerdy laugh kind of thing. And he doesn't wear glasses, but he has braces, freckles, kind of chubby, kind of not. But yeah, that's just like the image I'm painting for you guys. So yeah, 2 weeks later, he's sitting right next to me again. And you know what he tells me? He tells me and Tess went out. And that's like his friend, right? And he's like, oh, I met Janet at the mall. And you know what I told her? I told her, you want to go out to prom, baby? And I was like, whoa, that's, wow, I didn't think you would actually do it. And he's like, yeah, well, you know me, I could do it. And I'm like, alright, well, that's cool. And then he just starts like explaining the whole thing to me. Cause he met her at the mall, he met Jenna at the mall, but then they went to like the dance, and the dance was kind of an awkward story. So the next day, he's like, oh, me and Tess had a great time. Janet was there too. Everyone was there. You should have went, bro. And I was like, no, I mean, I don't really want to. Because mind you, if you don't know, you should know. But if you don't know, I love soccer. I can't. If I had to choose between the, well, I can't really choose because I don't really want to get hate for this, but I don't watch the football a lot. I watch soccer, which soccer is actually called football, but in this case, we're just gonna say I don't watch American football, but I watch soccer. So he's like, everyone was there, and I was like, no, I was at the park with my friends practicing soccer. And he's like, oh, why you play soccer? That's like the dumbest sport. And once you start saying that, I'm mad at you, because soccer is an amazing sport. I mean, you can have your opinions, but don't just like throw your opinions at my face and just like mock me for them. So I'm like, okay, alright, now what happened at the dance? He's like, oh, well, you know, me and Janet here, well, Janet wasn't next to him when he was telling me this, because she doesn't even sit near us. She sits like on the other side of the classroom. But he's like, oh, well, me and Janet, well, you know, we danced, but then she had to go, because like it was like a family matter she had to go to. And I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. And he's like, yeah, but you know what? Before she left, she gave me a kiss. And I'm like, at this point, I'm trying not to show my facial expressions, because if I actually did it, he'd be like, oh, now he knows I'm cool. Now he knows I'm cool. I'm very cool. But I was just like, I had a normal face, and in my head, I was like, God damn, I don't believe this kid. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't really asked Janet if that really happened, because I kind of feel awkward. I don't know if I really should ask her, because then that's just kind of awkward. I mean, like, that's someone's, I guess, relationship, kind of, even though they danced and then kissed for about like 30 minutes. Like, she wasn't even there the whole dance. Like, I had friends that actually went to the dance because, you know, they couldn't stay and play soccer with me because they had girlfriends that needed attention. And what better way to show attention than to go dance and eat cupcakes or whatever the hell was there. So, yeah, they were like, oh, yeah, Janet? No, she didn't stay long. And mind you that my friends are friends with friends of Janet, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I asked my friend and he was like, oh no, she wasn't there for a long time. And then I asked another friend and he's like, no, she wasn't there for a long time. I asked them both and one of them says 40 minutes and the other one says 30 minutes. So I don't know, maybe the guy got late. But anyways, she just wasn't there long enough. So I don't know if I should like ask Janet if she did kiss him. I kind of feel awkward to ask that because that's kind of like personal. But other than that, yeah, that's like the story. Like I said, like this video if you want me to continue you know, saying stuff like this, you know, like events, stories that actually happened to me, right? So yeah, like if you want to see more of this, or comment. I might just create a playlist and put this video in there. So yeah, like, comment, share, and as always, subscribe. Now let me just get this last shot, cause you know I'm ballin'. I haven't beat my actual time, but that's alright. 2:19, I'll take it. So yeah, subscribe. Bye.
Can't kill it, no. I'm not a man of violence. Not a man of violence.